Hey guys, with everything that's going on around the world today, let's talk about one thing, that's security. How can you protect yourself and your family? This item's going to come in very handy for that. And what it is radar motion alarm system. These kind of like the alarms, like driveway alarms that you put out. You can use this for a driveway alarm, or you can take it with you camping, and like if anything approaches your campsite, it'll set this alarm off, which is very handy, especially if you're like camping out where there's like bears and just any kind of wild animal that might eat you, you know. And this thing reaches up, I want to say, Lord, I want to say 400 or 500 feet, something like that. I'll have to read the exact feet that, you know, range it'll get, but it's way out there. It's from a company called LETWESAF or LETWES, whatever, how you want to pronounce that. Radar motion alarm system. All right, once you get in the box, you get the instructions, which is it's a pretty good set of instructions, pretty detailed. It tells you about all the buttons and all that stuff, how to pair them and all that. But pairing these things, when you take them out of the box, this is what you get right here. All right, that's all it's in the box. Then the box here with a charging cable, which I already have out, which is here. I had it out for charging. I went ahead and charged them so I could do the video. All right, and what you have here is you have a transmitter and a receiver. Okay, on these things, what you would do is you would take this transmitter and you could mount it several different ways. It comes with a little bracket right here. It comes with the screws also. You can like fix this to like a wall or something like that, or you can two-side tape it and you screw it into the back of the transmitter, just like that. All right, and then you mount it up anywhere you want it to be, just like that. Well, of course you tighten it up. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to zip tie it to a fence post is the way I'm going to mount it. But you do have that option, just like that right there. You do have that option to mount it with this thing right here. Which, I mean, you could basically mount this thing anywhere with this, because this thing turns and swivels and all kinds of crazy stuff. Or you can use like a tripod for a like camera, of course. You use a tripod, which is pretty famous, like at camping and stuff like that. A lot of people set these up on tripods because you can get a real wide range of detection with just one of these. You can put up to 6 of these transmitters to this one receiver. It's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on it right there. You can have 6 different angles of protection. Okay, but just one of these things right here pretty much covers everything that we need. You know, maybe we might get another one eventually, but just one does everything that we need it to do. So let's go over one thing first, how you power these things. Okay, very simple process. Here's the power button on the receiver. Okay, and on the transmitter, it says right here, off and on, right there on the back. Okay, mash and hold each one of those for 3 seconds to turn them on. Okay, press and hold. Okay, the blue light's on. Okay, that means the power's on. It just turned red because it's not connected yet. Okay, this right here's on the side right here. Press and hold it, 3 seconds. See it lit up. Okay, now what you want to do is you want to take this receiver. I've already linked them, so let's do it again. Okay, you mash 1, that's the one I want it to be on, and you press and hold this. Okay, see it lit up red? Okay, now you press and hold this one on this one. See it lit up blue? Okay, it's ready to go. You can double click this one twice, the power button on the receiver, to mute it. Okay. Alright, it's still going off. As you can see, it's still blinking. So what we're going to do is we're going to test this thing. I'm going to take this out there, and we have not mounted it in the driveway at all yet. We just played around with it around here. I'm going to mount it in the driveway, and we're going to see how it goes off inside the house here. I'm going to mount this inside the house here. This will be mounted in here somewhere, just for security purposes. Anyway, let's go. Put it right here on this one. This is a pretty good spot. Right there. I want to mount it down about right here, something like that. See how it works. Okay, here. Like I said, I'm just going to use zip ties. If I can get it to go around there. Okay. Then put this one here. This is just temporary, just something just to check it, test it, and all that. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it here and get my zip tie back around, if it's long enough. It is. We'll see. Oh yeah. Okay. It's good enough right there. Got it mounted there, shooting across the driveway. And it is on, so let's go in the house and get that receiver. And I guess we'll like start here. One of us stand here in front of it, and I'll see how far I go. We may have to move it because I guess the trees and stuff on the other side of the road there, right there, moving around may set it off. Okay, that's her setting it off right there. Okay, wait right there. Yeah, come back in front of it. Right there, stand right there. Okay. I'm gonna go in the house to see what it does. All right, it's still going off down there where she was at. So what I'll do with this thing probably is just set it up here with the monitor right there. So it's pretty loud in here right there like that. So that's a good ways down the driveway. So I'm gonna leave that here. Okay. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take you and show you back how far it was down to that receiver or monitor or transmitter. All right, I'm standing on the back porch here. Wave around a little bit so I can see how far you are down there. All right. We can take it on down a little more because it's going off good right there. All right, I know it's working this far. That's 100, 150 feet. So, I'm going to butcher my zip ties. All right. What I'm going to do is take it on down a little further.
Maybe see if it works at the corner.
I'm thinking about right here, probably good enough.
I can still hear it going off.
Yeah, I can still hear it going off. We'll take it on down a little way. Isn't there a big good spot for it right here?
Yeah.
Where's that?
Yeah, I think so. Right there.
Man, I can put it up top here. What do you think?
Yeah.
Pretty good?
Yeah.
Okay.
I can still hear it going off.
Can you?
Mm-hmm.
All right. That's probably 200 feet. I would say if I was guessing, that's probably 200 feet, maybe a little more. Right there's where we put it, on that pole a little higher. But you can see how far it is to the house from here. And then it's inside the house in the kitchen there on the shelf. So if you want to stand here and then just kind of stand in front of it and just keep moving.
Okay.
Set it off. So that's pretty far down there. So that's all the way down the bottom of the hill, start at the curve. So that's pretty good ways right there. So pretty impressive, pretty impressive. I showed you how far down the driveway we put that thing, the transmitter. The receiver's still here where I put it. And like if the wind blows real hard, blows the trees around and stuff, it's going to set it off. That's the only downfall to where I have it. But there is a way around that. There's a way that you can get into the settings on this thing. You can mash the center button on the receiver. Mash this right here. It says probe set. Okay, you mash that, and then you can get in front of the transmitter, and you can walk an area and set it. And it'll only watch that certain area and only detect anything moving in that certain area. I'm going to do that. I'm just not going to do it today. We don't have time. But I am going to set it simply because I don't want it going off with the trees blowing. I just want it going off when like something comes up the driveway. Either a vehicle or a person or an animal. That's what I'm looking for. But guys, this company is called LETWESAF. I think I'm pronouncing that right. It's a radar motion alarm system. Technology has come a long ways as far as stuff like this right here. This is absolutely mind-blowing what it will do and what it won't do. You can, like I said, you can get up to 6 transmitters and put them all over your property. And if one goes off, it tells you which one is going off. That way you'll know where it is and where something is. These things are really famous among the camping community, the van life community, people that like to camp out in the wilderness, you know, like especially where there's like bears or any type of predator animal. that may come and eat you, you know. So these things are really famous for people like that. But they are good for home security also. That's what we're using ours for now. It's mounted in the driveway. We're going to leave it there. All right, now on these things, here's the battery life on these things. You can leave them on according to the manual, according to all the reviews and stuff that we've seen. You can leave these things on for up to 2 to 3 weeks without having to recharge them. But, you know, after about 2 to 3 weeks, you need to recharge them, of course. But they last that long between chargings. So we'll see. We'll test that part of it out. I'm really impressed with these things. I really am. The distance that it will put out. It'll go farther than we put it. It's just I don't want to take it too far down there because there's more trees the further you get, and I know it's going to set it off until I get into the settings and set the perimeter that I want. So right now it's at the bottom of the hill, which is perfect. So that way we know somebody's coming up the driveway, animal, car, vehicle, anything like that. So we'll leave links to this thing down in the description, guys, if anybody wants to go check it out. Any type of, if you have a driveway that, you know, you want to know somebody's coming in out of your driveway, these things are perfect. Camping, these things are perfect. And as I was saying before, the transmitter you can mount on a tripod like a camera. See, it's going off now. That's the wind blowing. I can look out this window here and see the trees weaving. So the wind is blowing and it's setting it off. It's moving the tree across the driveway from it.
And we'll probably get one for both driveways.
Yeah, I'm probably going to get another one to put on the other side of the house and maybe one for the other driveway down here. See how far we can get down there. I'm going to mute this thing. It's still going off, as you can see. Alright. But that thing, that's what it's for. That's what it does. So guys, like I said, I'll leave links to this thing in the description. If anybody wants to go check them out and probably buy yourself one, they're money well spent. They really are. If you're into security like we are, off-grid, back in the boonies like we are, these things going to come in handy.
Thank you.